Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Hey, hi, hello, how are you? Meister Chewy here, your friendly neighborhood non binary pronouns they, them, she, her, please. Welcome to another episode of Wake Up Wednesday. Hi, Chesh, good morning. We're on episode 4. What is this timeline? Because, yeah, this shit's fucking wild. This shit's fucking wild. America, we're one of the greatest countries in the world, and yet we have fucked up so hard with this person that got voted in. I did not vote for them. I did not. But apparently some people thought that they needed to, and it was enough people to get him a win. But yeah, listen to this stupid shit.
We're way down on icebreakers, and we've ordered 11. We're working with Finland. They make icebreakers. They make the best
My favorite
icebreakers. We're going to learn
choo-choo.
everything we can learn. We're
Choo-choo
going
as
to
I about to
shortly
go
make them
pee-pee.
ourselves.
I am
But we're
lucky,
making right now,
Jesse.
currently under construction. We have 11 beautiful. And I said, "Come on, when's the first one coming?" They said, "In 28." I said, "I'm going to be here in 28. Maybe I'll be here in 32 too. I don't know. Maybe I will, but I'm going to be here in 28." And I'll tell you. I said, "That's great because I'm going to be there at the dedication." They have been trying to get icebreakers for years and years, and no president was
I
able
don't
to
even
provide.
need to go beyond that because the only thing that I needed to get on there was him saying that he's going to be here in 28, guaranteeing that he's going to be here in 28, and saying maybe even 32. Now, here's the thing: the only way that he could even be president again beyond 2028 is contingent upon certain things because he can't run for election again. That's not like he can't do that. That's unconstitutional. That's against the law. He cannot run again. There were checks and balances put into place for that. There weren't checks and balances put into place to keep his felon ass out of office, which there should have been. They thought people were smart enough not to vote for a criminal. But at least they were smart enough to go, hey, we're not going to have anybody trying to be a king and stay in office for too long. So he literally cannot run for office again. He can only extend it a little bit in like wartime or various other unique situations. He indefinitely cannot go another 4 years beyond these 4 years. That's not, he cannot do that. He can just have a minor extension. That's it. Like there's no going to 3030 or 2032 and then going beyond that. That's not a thing. And then you can't guarantee that you're going to still be president. You can't. Like once again, that's a special situation. Those are unique situations. So either he's saying that he indefinitely plans on escalating the Iran situation into an actual war, whereas they keep saying it's not a war. They keep saying it's not a war. All of us say it's a war, right? All of us say it's a war. But they keep saying it's not a war. I think he's saying he knows it's a war and he wants it to be a war and he wants it to get worse. That's what this sounds like to me by him saying that. Because once again, that would be the only way that he could extend this. Well, not the only way. That'd be one of the main things that we've been saying for a very long time, even before the election happened. We said that he's just going to try to start some situation, some military conflict, probably, to try to go and be president for longer than 4 years. But like, holy shit, what do you know? Like, yeah, it's very irritating. It's very irritating to see because we've got people once again saying, "Oh, he speaks." Yes, it is a big fucking yikes, and I'm so glad that I'm your favorite choo choo. If you have to go to sleep, go to sleep. Like you don't have to be here just because I'm on. I do appreciate you being here though. I love you, Chesh. I love all of you. But no, like there are people that are in his regime. Let's be real. It's not. It's a regime. This motherfucker thinks he's a king. But like they're like, oh, he's speaking in hyperbole. He's speaking in hyperbole. Obviously not. So throw that out the fucking window. Any of those people that keep saying that bullshit, where they're like, oh, you know him, he's just an old man. He just talks. Blah, 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 blah. Throw that a fucking way, because he just said it right there. I'm going to be here in 2028. Then we've got other people who, like I said, are pushing well, there are certain situations that, he could still be president. Dur, 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 dur. So, like, even within their own cabinet, they don't have their story straight on this whole bullshit with him talking about now being president even in 2032. Like, we've now even got that. Like, he's at this point so set on having another 4 years that he's now playing around with 2032. That's where we're at. We're just halfway through this bullshit. We're at the halfway point, right? We got 2 more years of this shit, and this motherfucker's already talking about, I'm gonna get a whole other 4 years out of this shit, right? That's what's gonna happen. Like, what, man, and then this. I love this. This is legit.
We don't have a government. This isn't have a government anymore, y'all. We don't have a government. This is a crime family. This is a mafia. This is a cartel. This is a criminal syndicate. That's all he wakes up and thinks. How do I grease my own palms? How do I juice my bank account? How do I run another scam? How do I shake down the American taxpayer? That's all he thinks about. That's all he cares about. That and forcing his face onto currency and fucking Mount Rushmore and the Trump Kennedy Center. Like, this is what he does. This is what he is. He is an endless black void of a man that it has no honor, no integrity, no dignity, no values, doesn't give a fuck about humanitarianism or altruism or justice. Like, the man actively wants the worst for everybody, but to enrich himself. He is the embodiment of all that is evil. That's why it's fair to call him the Antichrist or a demon. If Jesus represents, theoretically, the notion of this, like, perfect human who is so altruistic and kind and decent, Trump is the fundamental opposite of that in every respect. We don't have a government anymore, y'all. We don't have a government. This is a crime family. And, like, this is a
he's literally a felon, right? Like, he was put in the office as a felon, a sex offender, various business crimes, so on and so forth, right? Convicted. There's insider trading going on left and right with this family. Like the dude said, he's greasing his palms while he's in office this time because, well, they said he has a certain level of immunity, right? The president has a certain level of immunity. The court system said that, right? So look at him. He's pushing the envelope wherever he can to see where that immunity lies, right? And apparently, even when they challenge him, courts challenge him and say, hey, what you're doing is illegal, he still gets to keep doing the things that they say is illegal. And it's like, holy fucking shit. Like this guy said, you're technically, but like, it's hilarious how MAGA always says, liberals and leftists are doing this and that. They said Biden crime family. They're always the ones that are doing the things that they claim that we over here are doing. We on the opposite side are doing. It's insane. This is ridiculous. The level of corruption that's going on with this administration. It's unbelievable. Like, we've already, last episode we talked about the slush fund, right? Of course, they don't want to call it a slush fund because that's bad. It's not a slush fund. But they're wanting to give literal, like you're giving reparations. By the way you're wording it, the reason why you want to give this money to them, this is reparations to people who committed treasonous acts. Okay? Sedition. These were people that literally went to prison for going against the government, and not for good reason, right? Completely criminal, and went to prison. You pardoned them, now you want to pay them X amount of dollars. Like, each person could get millions of dollars. If they're the only ones getting this money, each person could get millions of dollars. These people were your goon squad. They got away with it, and then now you want to pay them. So they'd probably have them do some more shit, too. To keep this shit going. To keep this crazy-ass shit going. Possibly, maybe. Who knows? I don't fucking know. Maybe that's the agenda. It's pretty crazy. It's wild ass corruption going on. And then this right here too.
Laughing at the fact of old scroll.
Oop, oop, oop. I'm so.
Moral compass and a soul. Could you imagine being the president of the United States of America and laughing at the fact of 13 of our own service members losing their lives? Make no mistake, that's what Trump just did. I get a kick when people talk about the 13 that I lost. Memorial Day approaching, and Trump confirming what General Mattis confirmed, that Trump thinks of our fallen service members as suckers and losers.
But I get a kick when I look at somebody on television. He's lost 13 people. I lost 13 people. They lost 13 people leaving an airport. Obama.
The silence is deafening from MAGA that we're outraged about the 13, same number, that we lost under Biden, not Obama. Dementia Donnie has no idea where he is or who he is. And those 13 we lost in Afghanistan were a direct result of Donald Trump's premeditated planning to withdraw, of which he gave the Taliban all the information, and negotiated the release of 5,000 Taliban prisoners, of which one of them is leading the Taliban today. The 13 we lost in Afghanistan was due to Donald Trump, and the 13 we've lost because of Iran was again due to Donald Trump. And MAGA is stone cold silent on it, and cheering that a Republican like Thomas Massie was overthrown by Donald Trump in his ongoing attempt to cover up the e-files. Support the troops, MAGA. Protect the kids. Go ahead and file a claim with Trump's 1.776 Confederate Insurgent Fund. Because anyone that still supports Donald Trump today, that's all y'all are. Confederate traitors. And actual patriots can't wait for y'all to lose again. I promise you this, though. There won't be any pardons this time around. I'm not MAGA, please don't scroll. I've got a moral compass and a soul. Could you imagine?
So, what he was talking about. Excuse me. Tangerine Tyrant was joking about losing 13 soldiers in. Well, I was drinking coffee. You want me to drink water too? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. Fine. I have to counteract the dehydration of the water, okay, or the dehydration of the coffee. I got you. Understood. It's gonna taste weird, Chesh. Chesh, you always make me mix water with things that don't mix well with water. I think you do it on purpose. Chesh. But he's talking about 13 soldiers that were lost because of Iran. Trump was making a joke, like, they talk about me losing 13, Obama lost 13, and like he was saying, well, the 13 you're mentioning weren't even during Obama, they were during Biden's administration, and that was also because of stupid shit that Trump did. That's how they even knew how to attack those people. It was things that Trump did that led to them getting attacked. So that was a total of 26 soldiers that were lost because of Trump, that Trump was talking about, not 13 over here and then 13 over there. And he's sitting here just acting like it's such a thing that he can be flippant about and be like, well, you're talking about me, but you did this, blah, blah, blah. Which, once again, it was him that did it. It was him that caused it. And he shouldn't be talking about it like that. He shouldn't be talking about it like it's chess pieces or some shit. Like, these are actual lives. This is ridiculous. Once again, this is the person who was voted in. It's not even a matter of corruption. It's a matter of, like, social vampire. Water is good for you. But I'm a vampire too, though. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I drink water, but I don't know. Being undead usually means you don't need all that shit. I just do this for fun. But no, legally a vampire is my IRL job for real. Okay. Are you a hematologist, Chesh? Yeah, no, fucking, phlebotomist. Okay. But I just yoinked the blood. Gotcha. Gotcha. Cool. I didn't know that. Chishlor. Yeah, he shouldn't be talking about this shit. It's so like I said, so flippantly. He should just be just, I don't know. Like he should, he should actually care about losing even one person. Bonnie, are you for real? She really wants my attention this morning, and I have no idea why. She's got food, she's got water, but she really wants my attention this morning. Oh man. And it's like, of course you want my attention the morning that I actually am going to stream and do all this. It's like, Jesus Christ, I don't normally stream in the morning. I normally stream at night. I swear, it's like if I stream, I think that's what it is. Yeah, like that's what it is. Like it's like mom, like, like I think it's whenever I stream and I start yapping at y'all, like she thinks I'm talking to her. Maybe I don't know. But yeah, it's just this is not good on all levels. You know, I probably should add some stuff up about his cognizance as well. There are people that have said, because he's been like, oh, I'm the only president who's taking these tests, these various tests that these doctors are running on me. I'm the only one. And like, why do you think that's a good thing, bro? These are cognizance tests. And the fact that they're running them like over and over and over and over and over again, it's not a good thing. Like, and the amount, excuse me, the amount of people that are in the room with him too. Like he's said like it's, I forget, like it's a huge amount of specialists in the room giving him these tests. So it's like a full workup. Like it's not just like, you know, his primary care physician doing this shit. Like, like it is a full diagnostic workup of his cognizance and his ability to even function as like an adult. Like, let's not even talk about president. Like, it's just it's like, should we put him in a home or not level of like evaluation, right? Like, and because remember, he's the oldest president. He's the oldest president in history. And they used to run their mouths about, oh, Biden's so old, Bernie's so old, so and so old, and then this guy's now president. Like, I don't understand. Do you hear her? You hear her? You hear her? This is insane. You know she doesn't do this while we're playing Star Citizen. She don't do this while we're playing Star Citizen at all. I like what? Now she's rubbing on my shoes. Okay, anyways. She wants to scent bond, I guess. I don't know. She doesn't even like me picking her up, so that would require me to like go sit somewhere else and everything. Oh my god, it is ridiculous. She is a baby. She's a big baby. I swear to God. I swear to God, she has not grown up. I got her when she was 2, and she still acts like she's 2. Like even here too, like her meow doesn't sound like, well, I guess she's technically not an adult cat still, but yeah. But no, like his cognizance is being tested on a regular basis, like on a regular basis. So like, there's all kinds of things about this dude that's just it's just not good. It's just not good at all. And once again, the things that they would say about people on the opposing side, you know, here we are dealing with it on their side. We're now dealing with him being the oldest president. Whereas, oh, Biden's old, this and that. Sleepy Joe. We've got videos of him falling asleep. And then them just being like, nah, he's not sleeping. He's not sleeping. Like, you might as well be like, oh, he's just staring at the back of his eyelids. Like, what? Like, yeah. Yes, we can clearly see this dude sleeping in the middle of whatever meeting he's supposed to be in. We can see it. Like the cameraman can clearly see it because they're zooming in on it, so that we can get a good look at it and be like, "What the fuck? The president's sleeping in the middle of an Oval Office meeting." Okay, that's not good. This is happening over and over and over again. And yeah, sure, it's a tough job, but like, various other people just got gray hair and, would slow down a bit. This dude is like, you can see visible, like, bruising starting to form on his body from the stress. Like, this is crazy. Like, what? Dude, you can't even, like, handle the stress of this job, let alone when you're even doing the shit. You're just a fucking corrupt businessman, as we mentioned before. Like, it's not good. It's not good at all. Let's get off of him. Let's get on to some other things. Do we want to stick? Well, I mean, all of it's political. I'm generally keeping these things political.
Same thing. They put a bill on the floor, got off the House floor debating this stupid bill. And Republicans in Congress, they're always doing the same thing. They put a bill on the floor that's like, they'll call it the Protecting Our Kids Act. And then you read the bill, and it has nothing to do with the leading cause of death for kids, which is to be shot. It has nothing to do with funding our schools and funding our kids and keeping them safe. But it's some bill having to do with bullying trans kids. And the thing about it is bills like this actually empower pedophiles because it's encouraging people, whether it's in the school system or volunteers or whatever, to inspect the genitalia of our children. These people are obsessed with bills that have to do with the genitals of kids, and they're calling us weird. I even stopped talking and gave them a minute to tell me what they're going to do to actually protect kids, and it was just silence. And the silence is loud. Trans people have always existed, and they always will exist, no matter what they pass. I just got off the House floor debating this.
Have a good night, Chesh. Thank you for being here. Love you so much. But yeah, here we go with more anti-trans legislation. And then they're being sneaky about it, right? Because they know here's the thing. This one's very weird, right? Like this one, it gets into medical grounds, right? Because you're essentially having people check genitalia, like. So not only is this a bad situation where, like I said, this is so bad, and they know it's bad, and they're trying to hide it with some other shit, like you said, trying to give it a different fucking name and make it sound good, so that people just go along with it. Like, so it's bad because, well, don't be doing this in general. Don't stop worrying about whether someone's trans or not anywhere. It's none of your fucking business. Unless that person wants it to be your business and wants you to know, hey, I'm trans, so blah, 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 XYZ, so on and so forth. It's none of your business. Plain and simple. Two, why are we checking anybody's genitalia, let alone kids' genitalia, and worried about if they're trans or not? So on and so forth. Once again, why are we worried about people being trans at all? That in general. This just opens the window for bad people, the P word, to do shit and then hide behind whatever this bullshit is, saying, oh, well, I was just doing that. That's immediately what's going to happen. That's immediately what's going to happen. That's the first thing I always think. When with anything that I go against, I think of what suffering is going to come from this. That's mainly why I go against things is, oh, well, this is going to cause suffering. Even if there's people within my own community that are like, oh, well, this thing should happen. If I go against that thing, it's most likely because I think the suffering is going to outweigh the benefits. And this has no benefit whatsoever. This is nothing but suffering. So that's what I'm saying. That's the first thing I even think of is that, and then we know that the P words are over there on the Republican side. We know that. We literally know that. Epstein files. We know that. This sounds like some shit that is just going to allow them to do that shit and get away with it. This isn't to protect kids at all, like in any way, shape, or form. Even if there was a need to do this, there isn't a need to do this. Like, you think that if a kid is trans, openly trans, them being around non-trans kids is a problem? It's not. And what are you going to do with a kid once you know that they're trans? What do you plan on doing? Are you going to segregate them? Segregation is not allowed. Segregation of any kind is not allowed. So I don't understand what's even the reasoning for doing this. There is no good, like I said, there is no positive outcome to this at all. There's no positive reasoning for this at all. I don't understand. Once you know this information, what is then going to be the reason for knowing that, not the reason for knowing the information, but like I said, the positive outcome of knowing said information, knowing who is and isn't trans in undergrad, let alone graduate school. You don't need to know. You don't need to know graduate school either. You don't need to know in the office either. Like when they ask, on the application or whatever, like, right, like that's optional, isn't it? Information, all that information, all your demographic information is optional if you want to provide that or not when you apply to a job. So why in school are we all of a sudden acting like you should have to provide this information? We're saying kids have less privacy? Kids should have less privacy to their lives than we adults have? That doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense at all. And then let alone, like, are you telling me that, like, you're not even going to talk to the parents about this shit? You're just going to be like, oh, well, the law says. Law says, so we got to do it. Like, what? This is some wild shit. And once again, this is technically, like I said, medical. So I think that's another reason why you're trying to be slick about it and be like, oh, well, yeah, the Protect Kids Act or whatever the fuck he said it's called. Like, excuse me? Excuse me? Like, you already know that you can't get into medical shit. What are you talking about? HIPAA. You can't get into anybody's medical shit unless they allow you to. Like, you can't. Like, it's not a thing. Like, what the fuck are you doing? Let alone kids. Once again, kids. Like, you just gonna do this shit, not ask for parental permission at all or nothing. Like, a doctor has to get permission from a parent to do anything medical with a kid, right? So once again, in a professional setting, these various things need to occur. Permissions need to be allowed to do these things. But then we're going to try and do some bullshit with some laws that, allow people to fucking do XYZ. Nah, fam. This shit's crazy. And then, like I said, it seems like some shit that P words are just trying to have some shit to hide behind. And then it's funny, all these people, like I see in comments, and online trying to say that trans people are doing shit to kids. Dude, what? Look at this. These motherfuckers are literally trying to put in place to where teachers can do shit to kids. Just in the name of being like, oh yeah, I'm just checking to see if they are or not. But then once again, what? You can't do nothing even after you know. So what do you mean? Why are you doing this then? You can't kick them out of class. If now all of a sudden oh, this kid's trans, you can't kick them out of class. What are you gonna do? What, you're gonna sit all of them on one side and then the cis kids on the other, and then proceed to say you don't interact with each other? Like, I don't. What is the outcome of this? I guess that's the succinct phrasing I wanted to say before. What is the outcome of this? What is the necessary outcome of this that you think you need to put this into place and make this happen, make this a thing? What is the necessary outcome? What are you trying to obtain here? What are you trying to gain? What's the goal? Doesn't seem like one. Doesn't seem like one. It doesn't seem like there's one at all. I don't get it. I don't understand. It's laughable. It's completely and utterly laughable. But I kind of want to get off of this because this one makes me kind of heated. We always got to talk about something in the trans community, of course.
In Morgan County, Georgia. A jar right here. This is the current drinking water in Morgan County, Georgia. Right after a data center was constructed, the metadata center was constructed, the only difference between the clean water and this was that data center. I have another one as well. So this wasn't just one well. These wasn't just one family's situation. This is what the drinking water now looks like next to that data center. And I think both of us can agree that neither one of these things are drinkable. These families now have to ship, in a rural area, have to ship water to their house in order to cook and bathe themselves. Now, I'm curious if the EPA plans any investigations on how data centers are affecting water quality and availability. I understand what you said about the rule, but are there going to be any open investigations on this issue?
So as soon as I get back to the office, I will be looking into exactly what you've just talked about, because anywhere, whatever type of construction it is a priority to ensure that water quality standards established by EPA are being met. And so we'll be looking into that certainly.
Thank you. I sincerely appreciate that because I think this is of utmost importance, and we're seeing this happening across the country. I'd also like to ask about the administration's push to build more data centers by fast-tracking construction. Because the administration's been issuing executive orders to fast-track data center construction when we know that water quality is encountering major issues. Are there any mandates for data centers to do water quality testing prior to construction?
Of like coming from a public water supply, drinking water supply sampling?
Wells, yeah.
I'm not aware of anything like that.
I have a
Did you catch that last part? So they don't even have regulations in place to be like, hey, let's test this water beforehand to see what it's like before we start building. And then here we see what it's like after the data center is put into place. Like, what? Like, you're literally making Flint, Michigans all over the world with these data centers. That's what, shout out to Blur Without Fear. He said that. Like, you're you're polluting the water systems all over the place. And we, like she said, executive orders are fast-tracking this. So freaking goddamn, what did they say? Somebody said, no, I can't think of it. But like the administration is pushing more of these to be built faster, and the EPA doesn't even have something set in place to prevent this shit from happening. And then she's sitting here like shocked and is like, "Oh, we'll look into this." What do you? Oh my god! So you didn't know this was happening? Like, they've been talking about this on the news and online for a while. This has been going on for a bit. The water pollution has been going on for a bit. That's why people keep trying to prevent them being built in various places, and in various places they've been blocked but in various places they have not. And this is what the people have to deal with that live within proximity of these data centers. Their water, it's not just, drinking water, obviously. Like they word it as drinking water. It's their entire tap system, right? Like even taking a shower, obviously, is the same water. That water looks like that. Going to wash clothes or dishes or anything like that. That water looks like that. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean? That's crazy. That's wild. You can't drink that. You can't drink that at all. Like, you can't live in that. You can't live in that. That's awful. It's destroying the environment. Like, these data centers are literally destroying the environment. It's not good. It's not good at all. And that's why various towns try to block them. Not only just do the utilities go up, and various costs go up, but like, once again, the area is not even livable because of this thing. And then with that water being tainted as well, the ecosystem for fauna, right? And all that is going to die. It's going to die off. Flora is going to die off. I mean, hell, think about it. Trees are going to have issues. So oxygen levels are going to be shitty. So air pollution will be a thing, won't it? Right? Like the entire environment around these areas is just going to deteriorate. It's not good. It's not good at all. Oh, we got an ad going. Should I take a break? I wonder on the VOD, I don't know if the ad plays during the same time on the VOD. So that only people with turbo and subscriptions can see this part. Right? I think so. I think that's how it works. I think the ad always plays at this time, even if you're watching the VOD. It's funny when I'm watching Don Lemon, like I think to myself, why doesn't he do his sponsors timed with the ads for Twitch? Because sometimes he'll do his sponsor little commercials like right after like a 3-minute ad break. And it's like, holy crap. Like now I'm going through like 8 minutes of ads here. It's like, Jesus, 8 to 10 minutes of ads here. It's like, holy crap. I mean, that's what I would do. I would be like, oh yeah, those ads are going, so let me do, our ads at the same time. Mind you, I don't have any sponsors, so I'm just sitting here, talking about it, and I don't even actually have any of my own. But I'm saying if I did have sponsors of my own, which I have before, Stream Elements actually lets you have those. They're usually like mobile games and things like that. Be like, hey, play this mobile game with my code. Download this mobile game with my code, and then do this and that. And yeah. Because it's so cool. Generally, it's not games that I play, so that's why I don't do them. And the ones I do play, they always run out of spots. Or the ones I would check out to be like, hey, you should check this out too. They always run out of spots. Always do. All right, we're back from ads. Welcome back from ads. But yeah, this shit's crazy. These data centers, you would think that, well, the EPA would be like, no, you can't build those. What do you mean? Look what they do. Look what they do. No, you can't build those. That's insane. But apparently it takes AOC to come out and be like, yo, did you know this? Did you know that they were doing this? did you did you know that they were doing this? And this is I'm going to take a moment to explain that this is why leftists, because she would technically be considered a leftist, not a liberal, because she's technically a democratic socialist, if you ask me. That's my opinion. Maybe she says she's a liberal. I don't know, but her policies to me seem more democratic socialist. I don't know how she aligns, but her policies align more democratic socialist, like Mamdani, similar as well. But this is why, a lot of leftists, especially communists, will be like, oh, liberals don't do shit, because there's a lot of liberals that are like pro data center, right? There's a lot of liberals that don't give two shits about what's happening to water supplies and things like that. But meanwhile, leftists do care about environmental issues, climate change, various things like that. An actual Green New Deal that works, and not the bullshit Green New Deal that is very Republican and isn't really a Green New Deal at all. Like, I've joked about it before, like back when I joked about when Pence was talking about a Green New Deal. Bro, you don't know what a Green New Deal is. You have no fucking clue what a Green New Deal is. Just like with Biden was pro-fracking. What? Like, that cannot happen with a Green New Deal. So that means automatically that you were not for a correct Green New Deal. Like, that's just don't even get into that conversation. You don't care about climate change, clearly. If you were pro fracking, no. So that was definitely one thing I didn't like about the Biden administration. Being environmentally savvy, that was not something that they were strong on at all. So once again, that's something that liberals are bad at, and we leftists are like, no, you should be doing shit like this, right? Like, data centers should have been prevented to begin with. After the first one was built and we knew that it did shit like this, they should have been stopped. I mean, there should be an age limit, probably. That's not a bad idea either. That's not terrible. That's not a terrible idea. Term limits for sure. Term limits indefinitely. I mean, if the presidency has a term limit, why wouldn't any other elected official have term limits as well? That just doesn't really make any sense. Like, it doesn't. I don't understand. I don't understand why some people can be in there for so long. Like, look at Mitch McConnell. Not to go off on too much of a tangent, but yeah, look at Mitch McConnell. Like, the dude's in a wheelchair at this point, being pushed around, and like, he's not avoiding questions. Like, you can see on his face when reporters are trying to ask him things as he's being rolled by, he's not taking it in. He's not registering the questions that are being asked of him. It's not that he's avoiding them. He doesn't realize what the fuck's going on. And like, this was one of the Republicans that was like one of their like fucking like attack dogs, right? Like, this dude was like strong on pushing Republican policies, and that they loved and backed and was rah pushing the whole conservative agenda, right? Now he's a fucking vegetable, and he's still trying to stay in office. And it's like, oh my god, dude, what? Like, even if the shit you were talking about was worth listening to, you're still too old to begin with, and it's on the other side as well, right? Like, what's his name? Schumer's old ass, like, writing strongly worded letters to people. Bro, really? That's not doing anything. That's not fucking doing anything. What are you doing? The fuck are you doing, bro? But no, like I said, let's not get too much off on a tangent. We only got like 10 minutes left. I want to keep it around an hour. But yeah, we talked about the remapping that was trying to happen from various Republicans because they were trying to say that current maps were racially district. No, that they weren't. That's not. That's bullshit. And in various places, courts are being like, "Hey, your new maps are the actual racial redistricting, and no, you can't remap. Sorry, they're good the way they are." And then also, some people are voting to be like, because they are voting. Not only our courts doing it, but also votes are stopping it from happening. So there's people saying, "Hey, these maps are the way we want them. What are you fucking talking about? Do not remap them." So that right there speaks volumes to people who, in my previous video, I saw in various comments were like, "Oh, what do you mean? Like the maps were racist, so they were fixing them." No, we've got some of these voters saying that they're perfectly fine with the map. So how is it racist? And they're voting against the remapping because the remapping is racist. Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. And then also judges saying, "Hey, yeah, no, your new map is bullshit." So once again, shut the fuck up. You don't know what you're talking about. Like, it's fucking hilarious. And then various people being like, "Oh, well, they're trying to replace some of these white representatives with black representatives." What do you mean? Okay, it doesn't matter what the representative's skin color is. Like, the thing is that white representative was voted in by these people because they actually represent them. They stand for what they want in office. The people that you're going to replace those white representatives with, those black representatives, they don't give two shits about their own fucking people. Just an FY fucking I. They don't fucking care. Okay? They especially don't care about lower income neighborhoods. So if we don't even want to make it about a skin color thing and say they're self-racist and they're the Uncle Toms, don't fucking dare call me an Uncle Tom, you piece of shit. They're the fucking Uncle Clarences. We're calling them Uncle Clarences now. Because Uncle Tom's actually incorrect anyways. If you read the actual book, Uncle Tom actually wasn't even what the phrasing is used for. He actually wasn't the traitor. But moving on. Uncle Clarence is what we're supposed to be calling traitors. But yeah, those people that they want to put in office, right? Like with Tennessee, the woman that they're trying to replace the representative with, she's an Uncle Clarence. Like, I'm sorry, like she don't give a fuck about black people. And like I said, we're not even making it like a matter of race. Republicans don't give a fuck about lower income neighborhoods. They don't give a fuck about lower class. Like they care about upper class, 1%ers. They're trying to destroy the middle class. Let's be real about that. They're trying to destroy the middle class and just make, more people poorer, because honestly, that's kind of the way things work. Like, it's more off. It offsets to extremes, right? The more people that are like people kind of siphon off of each other in capitalism, and like as people are getting richer, generally people are getting poorer. As more people get rich, generally more people are getting poorer, because for one, our government doesn't even really assist anyone. Like any of our assistance programs are pretty minimal at best, because we're run by conservatives. So there you go. Especially here, like where I live, Florida. Florida's been a red state for the longest fucking time. It's run by conservatives. Like, various funding programs aren't much money at all to begin with. So various people that bitch about those programs are what costs them so much money, and that's what causes inflation, blah, 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 blah. No, that's not at all. Let alone we've seen when they cut those funding programs, things are still going up. Prices are still going up. So it's not, those two things have nothing to fucking do with each other. So even if we started giving more money to people, that's, your taxes will go up a bit, sure, but the various prices of things are not going to go up. That's, those two things have nothing to fucking do with each other. So that's another rhetoric that I see in the comments that makes absolutely fucking no sense and should just be tossed the fuck out. But yeah, it's just like red states and red districts generally don't cater to lower income areas. So no, they don't want your ideology there, plain and simple. Like, sorry. So if you start trying to remap situations to then make everything red, like, no, that's not, you're not fixing anything. Like, people know, people that vote, people that actually have been voting for a long time and are neocons and neo-Dems, because honestly some neo-Dems are pretty fucking shitty too. Just neo anything, like some of these new age people that are very new to politics, like you're in a different world. Like, people that actually fucking know shit already fucking know how it's been working for the longest fucking time. And like I said before, you know, we know how liberals work. We know how Republicans work. We know that there's various types of Democrat, there's various types of Republican, and there's various types of independent, right? Like, it's and Republicans in general, Republicans have always been a type of group that is very tight knit, and the division that we're seeing now isn't something that has been always there, right? Like the Lincoln Project and them, that's because of neocons, right? So generally, we know that Republicans in general, even the long-standing GOP members and these neocons still are rooted in that conservatism. And in general, like I said, these districts that you're trying to remap know that you're not for them. Doesn't matter what your skin color is, they know that you're not for them. You're a classist. You're conservative. You're the pull yourself up by your bootstraps bullshit motherfucker. Like, you think if somebody doesn't have money, well, it's because they're not working hard enough type of shit, right? That's bullshit. No. And then once again, like I was mentioning before, they think that, you know, oh, government funding then in turn costs them more money. So you don't even know how shit works. Like, what? Like, shut up. No, that's not how it works. It's not how it works at all. Sorry, Muck, I'm not ignoring you. I want to wait till... Oh, we're almost at the Q&A part. So yeah, I will address that. Yeah, technically, yeah. You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I mean, it's especially for Gen Z. A lot of Gen Z, it's very hard for Gen Z to reach middle class. People who are middle class right now are older generations, mostly. Like, they're the whole retiring, like, yeah, sure, there are Gen Z who are possibly retired, possibly. Like, I'm not going to say, oh, retiring it in your late 20s isn't a thing anymore. I'm sure there are late 20 individuals who are able to retire right now, but it's not at the same level as before, I don't think. Like, it's like I said before, it's becoming a situation where the two extremes are becoming larger, and then that middle ground is just narrowing as we go further on. Like, it's just, you know, we've got people getting richer and people getting poorer, but there's just that center is just not, it's not going up, it's going down. It's getting smaller. Because like I said, we still have people who are in that grouping, right? But they're mostly older. They're mostly older people. like my parents, technically my parents are like right there at the bottom of middle class, I would say, probably. But that's mainly because my father is a retired military officer and got, got his college education and became an officer in the military. So if he hadn't done that, being somebody who was alive during Jim Crow era, if he hadn't done that, being a black man, probably wouldn't be that financially well to do. To be completely honest, let's be real. And that's another thing that goes into what we were just talking about with the redistricting. These are, like it says, black voters that you're trying to tear up and spread up into these other groups. He's a Democrat, technically a liberal, probably. I would say. I don't think he's a socialist. I mean, I'd have to really talk to him. His ideals might have changed, but he always kind of seemed like a liberal. But like, he's never gone Republican, right? Like he's not like a low income individual, and still, nonetheless, their ideals don't match up with his. Like they just don't. So trying to do this shit and be like, well, no, we're gonna redistrict it and make this all red. No, like, we don't fuck with y'all. Well, I think it's also the greedy fucks who make millions a year and give you $15. What do you mean? What do you mean by that? What did I say when you said that? I don't know what I said when you said that. Sorry. But yeah, the capitalists, like the capitalists in charge that don't give a fuck about their employees, they're pretty shitty. If that's what you're saying, yeah, I agree with that. Because we've seen companies that have lowered their income in the higher management tier, like the upper tiers, like the CEO, the CFO, all that shit. They've lowered their income to then be able to redistribute that down into their employees, and then still, it's not like their company took a hit or anything. They didn't lose any money, like business costs weren't affected. Like they still hit their margins, so on and so forth. So there's various companies that have restructured their pay structure to be like, all right, here we make enough money to survive. Let's give you guys some more money instead, so that you can then survive as well. And then boom, they're doing just fine. They're still making ends meet. They're still thriving, so on and so forth. The company, of course, products are still selling, because restructuring your, inner workings isn't going to change anything about your product, right? Hello? Like, what the fuck? Providing your employees with various benefits isn't, going to mess with your revenue, right? Like, I mean, I guess you could say, oh, there's some companies that can't find affordable benefits, right? Because they might not have enough employees to then get benefits that are cost effective for them, or they're just not an established company, so cutting deals with these companies isn't all that easy for them. There's situations like that, right? But we're not talking about those companies. You're talking, once again, you're talking about the ones making millions a year. Those are major companies, right? They can do this shit that we're talking about, right? They can restructure this shit to where a motherfucker in the upper tier, right, like Amazon, where a motherfucker, which did y'all know that they still haven't actually unionized? Remember how they were like, yeah, sure, you can unionize. They still haven't fucking negotiated a contract for that shit. They still haven't actually unionized. It was all PR. It was all fucking PR. That's why Homeboy got arrested at the Met Gala. The dude who's in charge of the entire protest. Like, that's why he's still protesting. They still haven't done the shit. It's crazy. Like, it's wild. It's wild. That's a prime example, right? Like, it's not going to hurt you to restructure this shit to where you make a little bit less up there at the top so that people down below make more hourly. Like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking serious? And they're steadily getting more and more contracts in all these various places, right? Getting more and more contracts in all these various places. Now they're basically getting contracts in law enforcement, right? Because they're doing shit for the DOJ with ICE and shit, right? Like, and then, like, you know, as far as I know, they have like server systems where various companies run their shit off of their servers. So they're in various other digital companies like that. Like, there's various like games. There's various games that run off of Amazon servers. Right? It's like Amazon's all over the place. And these fuckers act like they can't give some more money to their people. Like, you've got money out the wazoo. You're steadily making more and more money. Like, this is a guaranteed money-making business. They do not fail. Don't sit here and play with me and act like you can't give your people more money. Come on, that's some bullshit. That's some complete bullshit. Like, and that would look so good on them too. This is another situation where your conservative ass doesn't realize that doing this shit would actually make you like number one. Like, this would actually benefit you. You be like the best company ever. They don't even give their drivers Amazon cars anymore. Oh yeah, like the people that aren't driving the Amazon vans. Yeah, the people that just do like the quick deliveries. Well, that's the thing with that what you're talking about there. That's going to be third party people. Amazon hires a lot of third party delivery companies that are companies that have literally just been created to then deliver Amazon shit. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of weird. It's like the companies, it's like the telecommunication installer companies that are created simply to work for Spectrum or Frontier. Like, they're just a third party installer that works for them. It's weird. Like, once again, capitalism. It's fucking weird. But yeah, generally those ones, those are the third party people. Generally, like, they technically don't work for Amazon. They work for somebody who has a contract with Amazon. If they're delivering in like a personal vehicle and not Amazon van. And then even still, even with the vans, even sometimes with the vans, that's still a third party company technically working for Amazon. So there's that little insight in that for you. Like I said, same thing with like telecommunication companies. They do the exact same thing. Like, if you see like somebody come to your house and it's like, oh, they don't have a Spectrum vehicle or they don't have a Frontier vehicle, they're just in like some random work truck. Right. It's the third party person, not actual Spectrum or Frontier or Comcast or whatever the fuck. As much as I like delivery, I miss being able to find anything in stores. You have to order everything now. They've made it convenient. That's what it is, right? They want to make everything digital because it allows them to collect data on you and then be able to sell things to you more. That's my opinion on that. Now, they might do more things with the data, to be completely honest. Who knows? Because we know these companies do sell the data to the government as well. So, who fucking knows? But yeah, capitalism generally, because I'm a socialist, as I've mentioned before, this is how I view capitalism. Capitalism is always trying to funnel you in various directions. Capitalism is always trying to control you in various ways, right? So, what you're mentioning is part of that control system. They want you to order shit online, not only because, like I said, they can collect data from you, but then also, if you notice, they charge you more for the shit when you order it online too. Like beyond the fees, the actual price of said item is higher. And even prior to DoorDash and Uber and all of them doing that as well, even on actual company websites like Walmart, back even a decade ago, Walmart prices on the website were different from Walmart prices in the store. So capitalism is even prior to the whole delivery thing. Like they've always been trying to funnel you to digital purchasing. What was it when I worked at Sears a very long time ago in my early 20s and in the electronics department? They would literally tell us to try to teach these people how to order shit on the website. Like they had a little kiosk right there. Like if we couldn't get them to buy something in the store, they would try to get us to teach them, oh yeah, well come over here, let me show you how to look for, that thing you couldn't find, or if you plan on buying this thing later, you can just order it here online, so on and so forth. Like they wanted us to get these people in the mode of buying things online. It's wild. It's wild. They've always wanted us to get to this point to where we're digital shoppers. Because it's just, like I said, it's a better business model for them. It keeps capitalism alive, right? And it increases it as well, right? Because I guarantee you, like random spending has probably increased now. Because like right here in your hand is a shopping tool ready to go at any moment. You can buy anything at any moment and have it in your hands. It's like that. Whereas before, I had to get my ass up and go to the store, right? Like even when I was a fresh adult at 18, that shit didn't exist. I had to get my ass up and go to the store. Not to back in my day, y'all, or anything, but that's like I guarantee you, the level of random spending was much lower then than it is now. It's much higher. It's much higher now. Guaranteed. So it bolsters that money making machine. Yeah. So of course it's like that. Got any more questions? Any more chit chats before we head out? How y'all feeling? Was that a good episode? I think that was a good episode. We went well over the hour. Yeah. I enjoyed it. Appreciate y'all. I love you so much. It was good talking to you. We're probably going to raid out to Don Lemon. I think he's on. He might not be on. Ooh, he's not on. He's late. He's real late. He's supposed to start at 10. Why you not on, Don? Why you not on? I don't know. That's crazy. He might have not woken up yet. Because he did. I remember one time he was like, oh, it's in the morning, 10-ish. 10-ish is in the morning. That's sleepy time. So I guess he ain't on right now. Oh, well. But yeah. See y'all later. Thank you for being here. Love you so much. It was great talking to you about real shit, not just having fun in space. Maybe I will be on later today, playing some Star Citizen. Yeah. Thank y'all. Appreciate y'all. Have a good one. Bye bye. Ooh, excuse me. Bye bye bye. That was gross.